Hello, YouTube. How you doing? It's Anthony back at you with Here in My Office again. This is Here in My Office 80. And as you guys know, Here in My Office was really a video log of my quest for finding work after being wrongfully terminated from a bank a couple years ago. So I kind of, if you have interest in the unemployment situation and interviewing, and I've made, like I said, I've made 79 videos where I'm talking about the companies that I've interviewed at. They were some of the likes of Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Google, Walmart, um, Santander, M&T Bank. Um, the list goes on. So I've kind of logged my experiences, and to be honest with you, now that I'm back employed, and if you've been watching my videos, you'll know I'm an audit manager now, and I'm back into work, and things are going well. Um, I'm still getting my feet wet, but I'm back in the saddle, which is good, and I have work to do. So and I actually got a better salary than I had before. I was making about 140,000 all in, and now I'm at like 190 all in. And when I mean all in, and including my bonus, which only is payable once per year, but it's still a substantial part of my income. It's 30% of my income, and that's important. So I guess you could say I kind of landed in a better place. Unfortunately, it took 2 years to do it. It took a year and a half. Um, so guys, if you're thinking of changing jobs without having a plan ahead or a place to go to, think again, because it could take a long time to get yourself back to where you want to be. So that's my career, and since I made my last video, we actually took a trip down to Philadelphia because, as you know, I'm going to be relocating to Philly, and we found an apartment. It's not small. It's 2,200 square feet. It's small compared to my house, but it's a good sized apartment. It's like 3 levels, and it's the most important part about it is it's in a good area. It's in a place called Manioc, Pennsylvania, which is kind of northwest Philadelphia, probably close to where the Fresh Prince of Bel Air was. I don't know, but it's a nice area. Um, and this wasn't my first choice renting, so I signed a 1 year lease. So we're going to be renting for at least a year, while I try to rebuild my credit and while I save money for the next big house, the next big thing, because that's kind of what I'm geared towards. Um, the only splurge I might do while I'm in this apartment is I made it a point to find an apartment with a garage. So, and in this area called Manioc, it's very densely populated. It's a very dense area. It's a small footprint that your house is on. So it's very unusual to find a place that has not only a garage, but this is a 3 car garage. Granted, it only has one 2 car door, but you could like fit the other car in, I guess, because it's if you have to. So at least we could fit 2 vehicles and keep them off the streets because the parking in Manioc is a mess. There's cars lined up and down the streets on both sides of the road, and the streets are really narrow. It's almost like living in downtown Philly. I mean, the houses look the same basically, and it's a good area. So just to give you an idea, like the average median house in Manioc is like $300,000, $250,000, something like that. And they have places for sale up to 1 million. I mean, you could spend 1 million. I think it was 1,200,000 was the highest I saw. 1.2 million for a brand new, like 4,000 square foot condo. But still, you don't get a lot of land. And what's nice about this house that we're getting is it has a fenced in area with grass where we can let our dogs just go to the bathroom. That was the big thing. We have 3 German Shepherds, and it made it a nightmare trying to find a rental and trying to find somebody who'd accept these dogs because landlords don't want dogs in their rentals. So we found the place, and you're gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss this beautiful background and this library that I have. You're just gonna see a plain white wall. behind me when I get, situated where I'm going to be, because it's a 20 2020 and 2021 are what I'm calling rebuilding years. So, you know, I got to get my finances in order. Right now my credit score is terrible, and it has a very ugly mark on it right now from this house that basically went into foreclosure because of my loss of my job. So it has this bad, like, $450,000 debt on my credit report. So I'm hoping once we sell this house, which should be happening in the next couple of weeks, months, um, because we're going to Philly anyway, but this house has to go up for sale. And I'm hoping once that happens, the bad credit score will come off my it'll come off my credit my it'll come off my credit report, and my score will go up. Because right now the score is only like a 570, which is bad, but it's not as bad as it can get. I guess it could be worse. But they're telling me that to get a mortgage you need like a 620, so not that far to go to get it into that range. And I'll be looking for the next year, paying rent, and the rent is a lot compared to what I'm talking about in Buffalo here. We found a place that's $2,800 a month. Now, rent in Buffalo, like maybe 800 to 1,000. So, but we are going to be, I guess, just to give you an idea, it's 6 miles away from the Philadelphia um, Art Museum, which is where Rocky ran up the stairs in the movie. So it's only 6 miles down the Schuylkill River to get there. They said, I think, like a half hour, maybe 20 to 30 minutes to get to work, because I'm going to be working in Center City, down right in the heart of downtown. Um, and the reason we didn't move to Center City is because I wasn't going to be able to find a place that would take these dogs, and I'd probably be hard pressed to find parking. So we didn't do that. So I'm going to have to. The street that I'm moving to has they call it SEPTA. That's their train. That's their subway train. So I'm going to have to take the SEPTA subway train into Center City every day. And working from home is going to go away once COVID goes away. I'm probably going to be working from home in Philly at the start, but then eventually they're going to allow people back into their offices, and that hasn't happened yet. And then I guess a decision is supposed to be made September 7th for my bank, and they're going to make the decision if people can come back to the office. But I'll be honest with you, I hope this work from home thing lasts as long as possible, and especially if they make you wear a mask at work. I mean, that's going to suck. I know I'm going to have to wear a mask on the train, but we'll just see how it goes. You know, I can see us wearing these stupid masks for a long fucking time. I don't think it's going away, guys. I could see us wearing masks for another 6 months to a year, you know? So, but I'm not going to be a baby about it. Everybody's in the same boat globally, you know? So yeah, September 1st is supposed to be when we move to Philly. And I'm going to have to take some time off. And I'm going to be busy, but back by popular demand, people have asked me, where's the video? What's going on? And Jack, if you're watching, this is for you. We're going to keep making videos. Thanks for your support and your encouragement. So if you want to check out my last video, I made an update video on bipolar disorder. So check that out. Haven't made a video on that in a while, and like, it was my biggest video. It made like 12,000 views when I did it a couple of years ago. So I said, I'll maybe make another one and try again. So I did that, but this is here in my office, and I think once my office relocates to Philly and I shrink the building and I'm in a small room, we're not going to be talking about jobs anymore, and I'm not going to be talking about my job. That's not good business. It's confidential stuff, so I can't really. There's nothing I can say about my job except that I have one, pays well, it's at a bank, and I'm good. So I want to kind of keep that stuff to myself for my own good. But what I will talk about is the sale of this house. It's a 5,500 square foot mid-century modern mansion, if you will. Um, and I might, despite all the mess and the foreclosure and all that shit, as long as the foreclosure doesn't happen, I might be able to make some good money on the sale of this house. We bought it for 527, and we're looking to list it at 689. We made some improvements. We're putting new carpets in. We did a $20,000 California closet, which was a splurge. In retrospect, probably shouldn't have done it, but whatever. I had the money at the time, and I thought it was a good idea. I never anticipated I would be unemployed for so long after I spent the money. So listen, don't count your chickens before they're hatched. That's all I can say. Don't make big purchases when you're facing unemployment and you're in a bad situation. You don't know what's going to happen. So, but my point is the house is going to sell for, if it sold for like 700 or something, I could stand to make after I pay the mortgage and after I pay what I owe them in the back pay, and pay my real estate agent, who's great. She's going to make good money on this, and I might leave the table with $100,000. I might leave the table with $200,000. But as you guys know, maybe you don't know, but $200,000 doesn't buy you much in Philadelphia. You might not get into a good area, and in fact, the apartment we're moving to, which is nothing beautiful, is probably over $200,000 if it was to be sold. It's probably $400,000. So, so I'm gonna wait until. Well, obviously, I'm gonna wait until I sell the house. The house might still be for sale while we're in Philly because we're not paying for this house. We're not making payments. It's way behind. It's all fucked up. So I put in the first and last month security, a lot of money. I paid like $7,000 for this apartment with the first and last and security deposit and all that shit. So we're in it and we're gonna do this. But once this house sells, which will happen first, we're gonna get maybe between, like I said, 100 to 200,000. Put that in the bank, and then the other thought is there's my lawsuit. I sound like a broken record. I've been talking about this for 2 fucking years, and I'm getting sick of it. But there were finally some movement with my lawsuit. They filed it in federal court. Filed the complaint. I paid $400 for the filing fee, so I know it's done, and they're telling me end of summer. It's the end of July, so sooner or later, we're going to get some money from the bank that fired me for the wrongful termination. And all that money is probably going to be used for the next house in Philly. Or it could be in New Jersey. My wife doesn't want to live in New Jersey. But to be honest with you, I'm seeing better houses in New Jersey for the same price as what you get in Philly. And you still take the SEPTA training, you can come in, it's the same thing. So yeah, so we'll have options once we get our money. And at the same time, I have to wait for my credit to get fixed anyway. I have to fix my credit because while I might be able to buy a house cash, if I have a settlement of 500 and I got 200 from this house, $700,000 buys you a good house. I could buys you a really nice house. Or I'll probably do this as a point to fix my credit too. If I can get a mortgage, I'll put a substantial amount of money down and get a house that's like $1 million or $1.2 million. And that's about the cutoff with my money, with the money I have and with the income I have. Oh, and around $1 million, that's just about as high as I can go. And even that's pushing it. I don't know if it'll be possible. And frankly, I don't know if I want to be in that position. Do I really want to spend that much money on housing? If I don't have to. We don't have any kids. If I just feed my ego to have a big house, it's kind of like what we're in right now. Might not be the smartest move. So we might we might get something a little cheaper and give myself a little more breathing room. Because I do someday want to buy a McLaren, and it sounds crazy right now, but people do it. People buy them. I've seen them on the street. Um, I probably wouldn't be able to get the 720S, but maybe I can get the 570S, and that would make for some really good videos. I would certainly probably focus on the car in my YouTube videos, and it would be more like we would transform into kind of a quasi vlog style thing with automotive stuff in it, or with my car. Um, I'm not going to be a automotive YouTuber. These guys go all over the place and go to the car shows and see tons of cars and really expensive supercars. I like watching those videos, but I'm not a career YouTuber. I'm not cut out for that kind of stuff. So I still got my day job, but those are the dreams. But right now, I don't have a car, so and as it sounds, I'm not even gonna need a car in Philly, but I'm gonna want one for the weekends and maybe some days I'll drive into the office because the parking is $30 a day. I don't want to spend $30 a day, 5 days a week just to park my damn car. So that's why everybody takes the train. So if I have a nice car to drive, I might take it in. If it's a safe parking situation, I'd have to be happy with where I'm parking and make sure the ramp so I don't get dinged. Because I do, before a McLaren happens, I need a daily driver. So I'm thinking of a Range Rover. I had a Land Rover LR4. It was really good to me. I bought it new, and it was a 2016. I drove it from 2016, 2017, and I got rid of it in 2018 when I couldn't afford the payment anymore because I was unemployed. So we turned it in, and I got good money back for it. It held its value pretty good. So what I'd like is like a brand new Range Rover. I know it's a waste of money to buy new, but something about, especially with leather and stuff, I don't want any wear and tear on the leather. I want it to be brand new out of the wrapper. And those are the things you notice in used cars. The leather's kind of worn off, and it doesn't have that new car smell anymore. But these Range Rovers, Land Rovers smell wonderful when they're new because you got all that English leather in there, and it's really nice. So that might happen. That's not going to happen until I get my settlement. So, because I want to buy the car cash. I don't want to. I don't want to. A car payment on a Range Rover. We're talking four figures. Depending on what you put down, but they're so expensive. Um, so yeah, I might be that guy with $100,000 car renting in an apartment. But you know what? It's been a long time since I've had a nice car. I've been through a lot of shit, and I kind of want to reward myself for after going through the unemployment for so long and getting a job. So it'll be a treat to myself, and we'll see how I feel once I have the money in hand. You know, so that's all that's going on, guys. Um, I'll try to keep up the weekly vlogs. I don't know how much there'll be to talk about next week, but we'll definitely come back. And if you have interest in the Philadelphia area, um, certainly tune in because you're going to be seeing how I make it in Philadelphia on my salary. And I'll be, as you see, I'm very candid about salary, expenses, and this is kind of a financially focused channel. So, you know, you could take it for what it's worth. And, if you're planning a move or relocation and Philly is the area where you're going, you may find this information to be really helpful. So, I do plan to vlog about Philly, from Philly. It's going to be a big change coming from Buffalo. So, that's coming up, guys. And that's about it. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up so it helps the algorithm and it helps me get more views and grow the channel. We're at like 222 subscribers. The channel is growing really slowly. And frankly, I don't really know what more to do about it, but it's growing, albeit slowly. So, you know, as long as I have viewers, as long as I get comments, I'll have the desire to keep making videos. Will this channel ever get monetized and will I start making money? That would be great. But we'll see. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching, and hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.